Hello, and welcome to the Sunday Miracle Lab. And I'm having technical detail or difficulties as usual. Um, I'm Shirley. If you're new to the Monday or the Sunday Spiritual Lab or Miracle Lab, we used to actually hold it on Mondays. If you're new to the Miracle Lab, I'm Shirley, and I host this event every Sunday at 1 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. And the purpose of this particular stream is to educate people on the spiritual self and what it's about and all of that. So I'm going to see if I can find um, a little. Okay, well, I guess we'll just avoid that one. So I am a master hand analyst and a master. Okay, sorry about that. I just almost want to start over, but it would mess everything up, so I'm just going to keep going. Um, so I'm a master hand analyst, and I went to school for almost a decade, off and on, to receive that title. And what the study of hand analysis is, my teacher took everything that had been done on palmistry that he could find, and he applied it using scientific process. And what he found is that the hand is, I mean, he was just truly curious. What is the hand communicating? What is the hand? Because there's whole sections of universities that are devoted to studying the hands because they're wondering if it's a map of what's going on inside the body, much like taking a pee test or drawing the blood, right? If the picture of the map, because everybody's hands are so different. And so there's entire sections of universities that study the markings in the hands to see if they relate to physical maladies. And physical maladies, that's a small part of who we are. But what we have found about the hands is that they're a map of consciousness. So they tell all about the kind of person that possesses the hands. So, if you can imagine that this is like almost like the source right here, and this is like the world of personality, and it's informed up through the bottom and it comes out. And the further you go up here, the further you're away from source. Science is kind of up here in the development of the hand. And so in other words, people that are more science in their consciousness, science based, have very long rectangular hands, and they usually have big upper phalanges on the very end, that have different features that are fat. And so, so that you get further away from humanness and spirituality when you go into really ideas and go really far into the world of ideas, right? And people with short, really short, squat hands are usually very viscerally based and very, dense in their makeup, but very hardworking. They have certain belief structures that are in place. So each one of these different archetypes that are created through the hands, through the different ways that the hand shape expresses, they tell about the person's basic temperament and also their basic worldview. So, I mean, in as simple as square, rectangle, more of like a watery, soft, spindly type of hand, or a diamond, right? The soft spindly is kind of like a heart, a little bit. I mean, it's symbolic of the emotional realm. So we've got 4 different dimensions of life that are active. We have a physical dimension, we have a mental dimension, we have a emotional dimension, and we have a creative, which is kind of like a spiritual dimension, right? Because it's like flowing with the energy of life is kind of the people that have that dominance. That's what they do. However, if you put all four together, guess what you get? If you get all four to line up in the same moment and you get them all working together in the same moment, what do you get? You get the spiritual self. So it's almost like the spiritual self waits outside of time. So you have like your own Mama Aya that waits outside of time, that waits for you to come into clarity, come into being, come into presence. And when that part is active, thirsty today, all parts of you are active when that part is at when then the spiritual self is there. So the spiritual self is a self that can guide us. It's like that gentle voice that is much more informed about life, that can inform us and help us to understand life. So we came with um, a built-in aspect. So how is this useful? How this is useful, I'm just making sure that nobody's trying to get on right now. How this is useful is that the spiritual self does everything better, right? In other words, if you collect all four of your aspects and you put them into one moment, then you're going to learn better. You're going to perform better. You're going to run the race better. You're going to um, do relationships better. You're going to create better. So this is something that we can do. It's a practice that we can get into to integrating the four aspects of self. And so the different shapes, like square, rectangle, um, I guess it's not really, um, it's more